Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Real Football Network. Well, another matchup we're going to look at. How about the 1-2 Houston Texans go on the road to face the perfect 3-0 Atlanta Falcons in the Georgia Dome? Well, you look at the two offenses in general. None hotter than the Atlanta Falcons with what Mryan has going with Julio Jones. Right now, they lead the league in receptions, 34, or connections, I should say. 34 receptions by Julio Jones, 440 yards, and 4 touchdowns. What can Houston do to slow down this attack? I think, again, you're going to have to double them in some way, shape, or form. Jonathan Joseph, I think, gets first crack at it, whether it's a safety, whether it's a linebacker, inside and out, or whether it's corner and corner in terms of boxing it on the outside for outbreaking routes. In some way, shape, or form, there has to be a double. So I think more zone is going to be deployed by defensive coordinator Romeo Crennel of the Houston Texans. How about the pass rush? Right now, J.J. Watt still leads that team in sacks. 2 sacks. At some point, Jadeveon Clowney has to be a factor. You know, he's slowly coming back from the injury. They've inserted in the lineup. Bill O'Brien has said he's happy with how he's performed, but I think he needs to be a factor. Both he and Jake Matthews came out in the same draft. This is where Jadeveon Clowney really needs to make his presence known. You know, both these guys have been often injured, and the offensive line has been a sore spot, in my opinion, for the Atlanta Falcons. How about stopping Devonta Freeman? That's going to be another challenge for the Houston Texans defense. They have been smothering as of late. You just go back to their victory a week ago over the Houston Texans. They forced Tampa Bay, they forced them 1 of 10 in third down conversions. So they have been smothering at times. But Freeman got off against the Dallas Cowboys, 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. So stopping the run is going to be paramount. Don't allow the play-action pass to be a factor with what Kyle Shanahan wants to do. Offensively for the Houston Texans, Ryan Mallett has to continue to manage the game. He got good production in the run game last week from Alfred Blue, and they're hoping to get back Arian Foster. It's going to be a game-time decision of whether he's going to play or not. I think they need him in order to win this ball game, because if they don't have a running game and it's all on Ryan Mallett, we see what they've done on third downs. They're only a little over 30% in converting third downs. Atlanta, they're over 53% to be exact. That's an unbelievable clip of completing third down conversions and why that offense had been so hot. Last but not least, when I look at some of these matchups, you know, when at some point is the tight end position going to be a factor for the Houston Texans? C.J. Fedorowicz, who's a young draft pick out of Iowa a couple of years ago, he only has 2 receptions on the season. Look at how New England features Rob Gronkowski, and C.J. Fedorowicz is a 6'7" tight end that can run. Maybe it's just the play calls. He has to stay in, maybe block a little bit more due to some left tackle issues with Dwayne Brown, and that's been problematic for the Houston Texans. What's interesting about this game is the line is 6.5, and that alone makes you want to take the Houston Texans, because if Arian Foster does play, they've got a shot. They have the ability to run the football against what is a very fast defense in Atlanta, but they give up a lot of yardage. Think about it. 3 weeks in a row, they have had to overcome a 2-touchdown deficit. So teams are scoring on the Atlanta Falcons, and they're moving the football, which bodes well for the Houston Texans. But the bottom line, it's the no-quit attitude. It's a reflection of their coach, Dan Quinn, and how those players are performing. They just outwork you for an entire 60 minutes, and they display more intensity than their opponent. So for those reasons alone, and how hot their quarterback is, you're always going to go with the veteran quarterback over Ryan Mallett, who's still young in his starting experience. I will roll with the Atlanta Falcons. In this ball game, I've got it 27-20, and I will take the Atlanta Falcons at home. They go to a perfect 4-0. For the Real Football Network, I'm Jim Miller. Thanks for watching.